Check, check. Alrighty. We are good on all platforms. So yes, good morning. It's a bit of an early stream today. I'm a bit busy. There's a lot of projects happening in the background right now, and a lot of filming I have to do in like the next few days for things, and yeah, but being busy is good. So yes. But yeah, welcome on, Archage Wizard, Mugusta, and anybody else that is watching, lurking, or maybe you're on whichever platform is TikTok and Instagram on here. I'm actually live streaming on youtube.com/TiffanyGreenCosplay, and that is where I am reading chat and answering questions, so if you have something to say, go over there. Really appreciate it. It is free, and it's also where all of my tutorials are if you're interested in learning to do cosplay and stuff. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff I gotta do. We'll see what I can get around to, because I have a busy day. But we're working on Loki today, the Lady Loki. I've got a bunch of 3D prints that we're gonna take apart today. These are the last of the pieces. And then after that, we'll be dyeing leather. So it's gonna be a little bit messy, lots of stuff I gotta do. But yeah, so let me flip over the camera and we'll get started. There we go. Okay, and let me get my glasses. But yeah, I haven't streamed the last 2 weeks. I really wanted to, but just life. I had 2 weekends ago, one of my step cousins was getting married, so ended up driving to Kansas for that, and then I got to see the older of my 2 younger sisters, and then my stepmom, and then my step grandma. So it was fun. It was a very fancy wedding. They we're in Abilene, Kansas, in the middle of nowhere, and they're all like these rich ranchers, so it was a whole ranch themed wedding. Really beautiful. It looked like it was straight out of like HGTV, like it should have been in a magazine. All fresh food that was local from their properties, and then they did a really cool thing that I've never seen at a wedding. And because they're all ranchers, like cattle ranchers, typically you brand your cows to mark that this is yours if they get loose or whatever. So they made an actual like kitchen table, really pretty, and then they welded and forged their initials together on the table on the sides, and then everybody heated up their branding irons, and it was a wooden board like that thick, like counter table, or what are they? I don't know what the correct word is. Like butcher block, maybe? But everybody branded the table, and we were like the only people that didn't have, we're not ranchers at all. But my dad ended up welding one together, so we were still able to do one, which was really cool. But it was really pretty. Whole thing was great food, and just good to go there and see family. So Marry my stepfamily. Pet all the cows and learn to ride horses. Ooh. Yeah, they are like, so my actual mom's side is dairy farmers. So those are like milking cows, not ranch cows kind of thing. And they're poor farmers. They don't make a lot of money, where these guys are like rich money. And then like I forgot. I remember going there when I was little. I think I was maybe like 8 years old or whatever, and one of the relatives used to be like the mayor of Kansas or something. I don't really know, but I remember we went and the president, Bush's father, Bush, something about that, and we had to go and give them, like, welcome them to some grand banquet ball, and I handed him sunflowers, because I guess sunflowers are like the state flower of Kansas or something. That's like the only thing I remember when I was young. So yeah. It's a bit of a different side, my step-family's side. So, but it's still cool. These are a lot easier to take off. I was really afraid these weren't gonna be easy. These are for Loki. She has boot covers, and then there's 5 buttons to hold the boot covers on. So I have a little hole. They're probably a little small. I might just glue it on, but we'll see. But yeah, for those that are looking on here. What's that? Oh yeah, farmers, they have a hard job. But it was cool. And then after that, I got to see my other sister, and she was in town from Thursday until Monday. And I had not seen her, this was this last weekend, but I had not seen her or talked to her in 3 years. And we both basically thought each other hated each other, because, I don't know, we're blaming my mom, because everything goes down to her, my real mom. But it was great. I really loved spending time with her. She got to relax. We talked a lot about like mental health and things, and realized we have a lot of the same issues with like, not just like internal, but like thinking and stuff, and we are both on kind of the same medicine for the same problems. And so with me being 10 years older than her, I could kind of explain to her where nobody else has really talked to her about things, and she really appreciated it. We did a lot of places. We went to the zoo, which unfortunately she came a week too early for all of the Halloween stuff. All of the zoo Halloween stuff starts, I guess, today, because this is the next weekend. But she really liked it. I took her to the Jocelyn Castle, which for Europeans it's not like y'all's castles. It's the poor man's castle here. But it was cool to show her it. It's like a Scottish castle, I guess is the term for it. And then we went to the botanical gardens. I took her to Fontenelle Forest, and then they have a bird sanctuary there for like raptors. I think it's raptors. So she got to see like bald eagles and vultures and owls and hawks and things. They're all like rescue ones. She really liked that. Lots of walking. Oh my gosh, we did so much walking. And then we did, I think it's called Vala's, which is like a pumpkin festival thing. It's huge, but the tickets were expensive. Oh my gosh. It was way overpriced, because everything inside you had to buy too. It was like Roller Coaster Tycoon or Planet Coaster, where you have to pay to get in and then pay to do anything else inside. And they had to add like a few signs on some of the rides to say this ride is free, because pretty much everything you have to pay for. but $40 to get in, and then you have to pay for everything else. It was a bit, not really plan on going again. No. But I did end up getting a lot of the boys to come and hang out. So we did that, and then we just ended up going from cider house to drink, which was fun. It was a lot of fun for that. And then what else? We did the Aerospace Museum, and Tori really loved that. I didn't realize she was into planes and things, but apparently her side of the family, so not my relatives, but hers, because she's my half-sister, her grandpa was in World War II and he was a prisoner of war, so she actually got to find like a whole thing about his unit and stuff, and she in the gift shop found a pin with his exact plane on it, so she ended up getting that. And then we did a lot of drinking, bars and food, and it was a lot of fun. I'm really happy she came, and she just seemed like she really enjoyed it, and she said she wants to come again, which is good, because we barely touched any of the stuff here, like, with the few days that she was here, and I had it jam-packed with activities. Sounds like a good visit. Saw you put... Yeah, she did help me with the female breastplate, besides me. That's the last one. I finally finished the set. So, basically my goal last year was for both male and females. So I finished the female ones. Male ones have been a bit harder. But I wanted to do basically 4 generic breastplates for sizes small through XXL. And unlike fabric, foam is a lot different when it goes around the body. It's not something you can just make one size and then with like actual fabric patterns, you just add a little extra on this. And it doesn't work like that with foam, really. So I've been using actual body types to represent that and finding basically wrapping and saran wrap and masking tape to ensure I get the correct size for each body type. And I still end up adding, like, after doing that with foam, I typically will add another 4 inches or 5 inches to the piece to make sure all sides match up correctly. But she really wanted to help with something, and I said, well, I can do this, and she was really, really excited. So while I did that, it was just like an afternoon I worked on all of that. And she's getting into like video games, so I just started going through my list of games like Power Wash Simulator, House Flippers 2. She really liked my Crime Scene Simulator, or Crime Scene Cleanup game, I think is what it's called. It's basically you're working for the mafia and cleaning up messes, and she loved it. Because we both are, like, OCD cleaners when it comes to if we're sad or something, and just, like, control, and it has really good music in the game. So she found liking that one the most. And then a few other games, like Planet Crafter. I think I showed her... it's like Cats in a Tower or something. It's like I love them, they're so cute, by Dev Cats. And basically it's like a whole Halloween like mansion theme, and all the cats have been haunted, and you have to find all like 90 in one image, and then when you find them, they go from like a spooky monster to like a cute little happy kitty, and it was good. I liked it a lot. With her, and she liked it. I got her hooked with that, so that's kind of what we did. But it was good. Lots of fun. But now I have to work really, like, a lot. I'm so behind on things, so yeah, not fun on that aspect. But Loki is almost done, though. So I only, like, put it off for 2 weeks. And I plan on posting a short little video today. on my socials about the breastplate, because I just finished that, besides adding the attachments. Yeah. How's everybody else been? Any updates? Or I know some of y'all went to some conventions I saw in the Discord. I really think this belt buckle is going to be too large. Or sorry, this end cap. Looks so good. You saw it? Yeah, it's for my first time trying that has a lot of techniques that I've never tried before. It looks better than I thought it would, but it's definitely I would do things differently if I was to make it again. I'll show it in just a sec. But yeah, I am happy it's done. Lots of detail painting I can do with it too. Next convention will be in November. Yeah, you did. Oh, what was it? You didn't do Mercy. You did. Is it from Persona or it's the red girl with the pigtails, and it's like one of the new Mercy skins or something? I saw you did that one. Yeah. It's gonna sit on top of the fabric and not be. Yeah. So basically it's just gonna sit on top. So I've already pretty much made the. She has like a leotard that I've made. I just have to attach a built-in bra, and then the thing. So when you helped me wizard at the convention, when I was in Dark Magician Girl, like going to the restroom, and that was a pain. He didn't help me go to the restroom. I'm gonna put that on. But that one. So I had planned on doing basically for the crotch. Having Velcro, and I just haven't gotten around to do that. But with Loki, I definitely have to, and I have to do it before I do the attachments. But pretty much once the leotard is done, I'm gonna have the breastplate it'll attach with Velcro onto the body, and it sits there, but there's other layers that go on top of it. So there's like belts and skirts that are gonna sit on it as well, so it's not gonna look too out of place. So yeah. Okay, there's that. That's like the tongue of one of the things. It's the problem I've had before with printing small things with an inset is that I can't get the supports out. But this is definitely going to be a lot huger, because that's a tiny little thin piece, so I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. I'll probably reprint, or I'll just make it where it sits on top and then have a plate. That'd probably be a better design. Let me take note. Let me take note. 6 Velcro tongue. Two parts sit on plate. Okay. That'll be an easy fix that I can fix in CAD. So, but yeah, I'm not, it just, the fact I made it bigger than that, I was not thinking whatsoever. Like, the belt buckle is fine. The tongue is not. Yeah. Yes, that character from Persona 5. I'm not a fan of Persona, so. That or Fire Emblem. Those are ones that people are always asking me to cosplay from. But just not my thing. So, would you be able to sell an already made? No, I don't sell any of my pre-made costumes. I do have patterns and blueprints and 3D CAD files available on my website that you can use, that can follow my tutorials on YouTube to make it yourself. But I don't do pre-made costumes. If I did that, I would not be able to work on anything that I wanted to. So. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying. I know I talk, like, I don't make proper sentences and stuff, and sometimes I say something and it's like, I did not mean it like that. How you doing? Archage, thank you for the resub of 25 months. I appreciate it. Much love, and I will write it down. I have to cover that page. I got a new booklet too. Alright. Remember. Got it. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So yeah, here's all the parts. So this is the decorative belt buckle. This one's gonna be silver, which I find it kind of weird. Everything else in the character is gold. So yeah, I may recolor it. But all of these pieces, and then the tongue, which we're gonna remake. But let me put these to the side. Okay. Yeah, you can see some of the cape, or I gotta flip over to the other view. You can see kind of some of the cape. I'm not gonna rotate the mannequin because if I do, I'll get flagged because she doesn't have anything else. But I attached the dangly pieces here and here, and then the other little one. So the cape is pretty much done. I just need to weather it and make it sturdy. Yes. So that, oh, and the breastplate, in case y'all haven't seen. So this is kind of what it looks like so far. I have not done anything to the inside, so I need to do that. But yeah, it's that. Boop. And then the bodysuit will sit underneath it, and then I'll have like Velcro and stuff. But it looks pretty cool. It definitely looks like, what is it, Wonder Woman? How it kind of does. I don't typically do full-on breastplates like this, but it kind of just worked out best. So, and I'll do a video on that later today. I just didn't want to edit it right now. What am I doing? I'm getting leather. Sorry. Okay, so we need to change this one out because I don't want to make this dirty. The cloak could be a good standalone for, oh yeah, I had, for one of my other costumes, I made basically the same type of like thing, and I worked for it before on that. My words are not good today. Ugh. Okay, get my dyeing one out. Oh, it's so much smaller. Alrighty. The only thing is I have not punched my holes in some of these, so you can see how thin my leather is. This is really clean and precise. I'd love to work with thicker ones, but leather is already so expensive. So, oh, sorry, I didn't flip it. Derp derp. There you go. Whatcha? So yeah, here's some of the belts. She has like these weird unfunctional belts. And then this is the tongue thing that it just, this is a no. Like this is yes. Yes. That is a no. I was not thinking, apparently. So yeah, I'm gonna cut that. We'll have it where it sits, and then I'll just have a plate that sits on top of it, and that will look good. But yeah. And then for the belt buckle, it goes on one of those, but to show. You have so much hair. And this one, it would, I always do my belt buckles as shows. For costumes, they don't need to be functional whatsoever, because most of the time they don't sit in a functioning spot. But that's pretty much what the belt buckle looks like when it's on. Ain't pretty though. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have not heard anything about the holiday party. So we'll see. But last year when I did it, they reached out 2 weeks before, I think. So it was very last minute. But yeah. Honey Fro, good morning. How are you? Okay, so we're doing these. So these are all the belt pieces. And then these are the boot covers. So I did it in 2 pieces. Oh, I need to cut one more piece. We'll do that. Basically, I have it planned where when they connect, it's going to be a stitch down the center, which typically before stitching and stuff, you always want to punch your holes, but I'm not going to do that. So yeah, they connect here, pretend this is cut, and then it'll wrap around the leg, around the shoe, and then this goes under, that goes, just go under or just go on top? I don't remember because we have that piece there. But that, and then all of those things will be here. Yeah. 2 weeks, yeah, it's, I mean, they wanted me to bring Lilith, so I already had it made, but that's how a lot of stuff is. I am lucky if a company wants me to make a costume from scratch. I am lucky if they give me a month's notice. Because I get a lot of offers. I just most of the time turn them down because either they don't want to pay you anything. I have some that are like, can you make me, what is it? I had one card company, like, they wanted me to make a character from their card game, and they were saying, we can give you a pack of our cards for free in exchange. Yeah, because a pack of cards is definitely going to cover the cost of the materials, much alone this is my full-time job. Like, how do you, like... That or companies will want you to make a costume from scratch in, like, 2 weeks and film it, and they only want to pay you, like, $100. Which is same thing. I appreciate the offers, but it's like, I gotta pay bills. That doesn't pay bills at all. Your Loki breastplate looks awesome. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I was saying earlier that I'm gonna do a little video of it later tonight, showing it, so. Exposure to remember. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Will you do this? We'll make sure to tag you in the comments. It's a good exposure for our account that has less than 1,000 followers. Good exposure. Pay your bills with that. No. Social media does not pay bills for me. Okay, so we are going to be dyeing all of this. We're using, this is all from Tandy, Pro Dye and everything. So, oh, I did not get my my sponges. 2 seconds, guys. I will be back momentarily. I gotta go downstairs and get my dyeing stuff. So, yes. Yeah. Some cosplay that you're not confident to wear on while going to conventions. I have a few. That's why I typically don't like showing my bum at all at conventions, and things like that, so I'm always wearing leggings. But even if they're nude, I get uncomfortable with that. Just because you still have the creeps. And I've been to a lot of conventions with, like, the creepy guys. Oh, squirrel. Sorry, squirrel. Literally. So. But yeah, there's some, like, Bulma Bunny I was really uncomfortable wearing at conventions. Kane or Kane from Nier. I made it where it was comfortable, but in reality, her actual design is, her bum just all hangs out. So I made that into a dress. But there are quite a bit of costumes that I get uncomfortable with, so I typically stay away from those now. But yeah, we're using, so with dyeing, these are sheep fur or sheep hide. These are the best for dyeing. You can also use I call them like dandelions because they're like a metal stick with a white kind of fluff ball, like dandelion thing. But those you end up getting really streaky, and for these, this is what always they recommend. So you can put the dye on there and it evenly disperses, and then you can kind of polish it in and not get too bad of streaks. So we'll be using that. Do paper towels. I need my gloves. Because if it's a thing to remember, leather is technically your skin. So if this dye is leather, it takes a while for it to come out, so. Open our windows. Okay. And then real quick, a drink of water. Cheers guys, thank you for watching. Finish that one. But yeah, so Loki is gonna be finished up really soon. I have to finish it up. And then the next cosplay, I'm not announcing yet. So, it definitely was a sponsor but not sponsor kind of thing. So it's changing what I had plans on doing. And then we're going to do that. Once it's done, kind of have a few options. Like, I wanted to do Moxie next from Borderlands, but then I also want to do Egrius. And I keep going back and forth. So, we'll see. I already have plans, like, Egrius in my head now. I'm just, like, full on, like... But then I also really want to do Moxie, so... appreciate you putting your progress to watch. Grateful to catch your tips and tricks for... Oh, yeah, welcome on! And thank you for watching. I'm happy people like my content, for the most part. So I'll say YouTube, like, my views are not great, but I don't really care. Like, I mean, I do care a little bit, but, I like being able to help teach people on things. And same with streaming, like, I make no money streaming at all. Like, I do this purely for fun. And to talk with the community and stuff. So I really appreciate everybody coming here. I messed up with cutting this fur. I did it wrong without removing this stuff. There we go. But yeah, just rub it in. But I enjoy this. I'm happy that it's my full-time job and that I'm able to do it full-time. So yeah. What do you think about Borderlands 4? I hesitate to buy it. So I have played all the Borderlands. I like this one, but I would personally wait for a sale. It is fun, but it depends on why you like Borderlands. For me, I really love the exploration and finding things. I hate stories with it. I don't care about the story. This one, I just want them to shut up. I don't care about their stupid stories and talking for 10 minutes straight. And in terms of exploration, there's pretty much, so I've gone to 3 zones. And there might be a 4th one. I've not beat the game yet. I was playing it a lot, but then I was kind of like, I'm kind of done. So it's been put to the side, which for Borderlands is not a good thing for me. Like, it definitely is fun to just run around and shoot things. That's for sure. But in terms of, like, exploration, some of their puzzles and exploring on things is copy and paste. Like, I've noticed in certain areas, the same building is in a different zone, and the same location of finding, like, the vault signal, or, like, emblem or whatever, is in the same spot. So it's not that fun. And I've gotten to the point where it's just, like, I run past enemies just because I don't want to deal with them, because they're just annoying. But it is cool that it has a living environment, so they'll fight other factions in-game, which is really cool to just stand and observe and watch and things. I do appreciate that. The bosses, like the actual main bosses, not the random bubble bosses, that's what I'm gonna call them, they've been a lot of fun. But I don't know, I don't know if I necessarily recommend it right now. And I've had a lot of issues with graphics. So I'm using the gaming laptop y'all gave me, and it works great for every game I do it on Max and everything. Borderlands, I've tried everything, and it's the lighting for some reason. Even though I've gone through every single type of setting, they've done their updates, they've done everything, and it's just giant gradient, like, trash. It's terrible. I'm gonna do these belts last. We're gonna do these now. I just, I don't know. So, wait for a sale, in my opinion. But I did really love their last one. What was it? It was their D&D version. Is it Wonderland? No, it's with Teeny Tiny's, is it Teeny Tiny's Wonderland or something? I think, I love that one. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but in terms of exploration and just running around and having fun and it constantly being different, I really, really loved it. Got a little streaky. Yeah, feel free if anybody else has played Borderlands, feel free to put your input too. with that one. It's like, in reality, I probably should have watered this down. I haven't really done too much dyeing for a large scale in a long time. I've always done it for just belts. So we'll see. So yeah. Oh, that's much better. I just didn't have enough. Gonna have to really buff this one out. And I'm gonna wait to do the back of these just to make sure I have enough. I actually don't mind the unevenness on these because then it seems more kind of weathered in a way. Yeah, that's much better. Much better. Yeah, typically for leather, I have now switched to basically airbrush painting everything. So I don't dye as much anything. What did I do to get the coverage? What do you mean? So this is a sheep fur. So it's best for dyeing in terms of instead of the little silver thing with the white Q-tip. And then we're just using this dye. Probably should be watered down some in reality. But we're just doing this right now. These are the belt covers. So I'm kind of doing just a little once over, sometimes twice over. And then we'll wait for it to dry a tiny bit. And then we will go back over. But this is the same dye that I used for, if y'all remember my female Thor. So the Jane Foster one, this is the same dye I did for all of the leather parts on there, which is why I wanted to use it again. It definitely will get lighter when it dries. Yeah, it was, I had like no dye in this one and I was trying to use it. And then I opened a new bottle. I'm glad I bought more. This is how it should be though. It definitely was not working as well the first time. That's why it's a live stream! You see all of my mess ups and stuff. Where if I was doing this as like a tutorial thing, I probably would not show that just because that would not be as good. Hey Ruru, welcome on! Okay. Put that to the side. I definitely need... one of my cardboard boxes, but I don't have any in here. I'm gonna see if I can get some because I need more room. 2 seconds. Don't let that spill. Alright, I've got the boxes coming. Alrighty. You like exploring some open world, like in Legend of Zelda, but my hands are sweaty. But open worlds in modern games are just for marketing. The gameplay itself is too linear. Exploration is not rewarded. Okay, then you might like it. For me, I like it more for exploration. But in terms of story, there's a lot of just... There's too much talking. And it's just mindless. Like, I appreciate the dialogue of, like, everything is voiced, but some of it's just, like... It's a lot of fetch quest. I cannot put this on now. Okay, it's just gonna be partly on, because, yeah. Terrible sound. I don't know how doctors couldn't just wear gloves all day, every day. I hate wearing gloves. Alright. Close enough. Close enough, they're just... Alright. But yeah, you can already see some of them kind of drying. Like, this one's pretty nice. They're going to be lighter. But that first one, it will definitely have some little textures to it. So. But I want to make sure these belts get done. So we're just waiting for the box. So I can put them on because I don't have enough room on my table. And then I'll just, after I'm done, I'll put them outside. So. Gloves make you think of working in large. Yeah. No, I'm a size small for gloves. But in terms of when I'm having to sand and things, I have issues with right here being too tight, but otherwise my fingertips are too small for everything. So I just use the black ones, which are size medium, so. We are waiting! Waiting. I probably should have just gone down myself, but oh well. I just didn't want to leave messy everywhere, so yeah. Ah, okay. Box. Maybe. Okay, thank you. Okay. There we go. Yeah, well, so depending on what type of glove you're using, sometimes they have different reactions to what materials you're working with. So when I was working on Lilith and I was having to do all the molds of the wing extensions and stuff, you couldn't use this type. You had to use latex free or whatever. I don't remember the other type. But yeah. Okay, this is gonna be hard to show. So that's like all you get, I guess, because it goes all over the table. So yeah. But yeah, most leather dyeing now I just do with airbrush paint because I find it so much nicer for the colors if you're doing like vibrant ones. Because typically most vibrant color dyes for leather, it's more of a surface. Like they do have other ones, but a lot of them are just surface ones, and then it doesn't penetrate into the leather, which makes it a lot easier to cracking after a long time. Where airbrush painting, it goes into it. And I prefer that. A doodle box. But in terms of games, so I'm really excited because I didn't know it was gonna drop this soon, but Power Wash Simulator 2 comes out, I think on the 23rd or the 25th, and I loved that game so much. They dropped a demo, and then like 3 days later they were like, oh hey, by the way, the full game's gonna be released in like 2 weeks. Out of the blue. So it was great. And then the House Flippers 2, I've been really liking relaxing games right now. But House Flipper 2, they're dropping a Scooby-Doo themed mystery like DLC. And then Planet Crafter just announced a whole new planet that's going to be coming out soon too, which is all about it's like toxic wasteland or something. So I'm really excited about that. I've loved every single one of the new planets for that game. It's very much like kind of Satisfactory. So. Do you use dyes and airbrush or airbrush? I use airbrush paint, not dyes. So Createx colors, basically it will penetrate into the leather. It won't just sit on top, so it doesn't crack or anything. Example would be my Atlantic Mercy cosplay. All of the skirts are leather that's all been airbrush painted. They also, so I use their Wicked color line for that. They also have their candy line, but that one's basically like this, where it's more of a dye, but it will cause it to be a lot darker, where these leather dyes, depending on if you add water and stuff, will be a lot lighter. This will end up, you can see where the darker spots are, like here and here. So those will lighten, but if I do more coats, it'll get darker. I also like when doing this, because of the sheepskin, you get more of a non-even consistency, which is what I want. I don't want the perfect prettiness of things. So, okay, and then we gotta do the back of all of these. I'm gonna put these over here. Yeah, Createx Colors is the line of paint that I'm sponsored by. But they're, even if I wasn't sponsored, I would use their colors. They're great. Yeah, if you just do !Createx, it should come up with a link. I believe if my links are still working. So I don't really care if this is streaky on the back side, but because I will not have enough if I don't water this down, but I just want like a base color. Yeah. Specifically, so if you're painting like miniatures or 3D printed props, foam, things like that, their Wicked color, that went through. I just want to do this, make sure it's not too streaky. There. They're great for all of that. They're opaque line, so Wicked color opaque. I have tons of metallics as well. And then the, if you are working with 3D printed parts, they have auto-borne sealers, so that's kind of like your primer for that. It helps the paint stick onto more plasticky, smooth surfaces better. So I always recommend that. And then using their, yeah, you remember comments? Yay! Use their UVLS sealers. and those are to seal your paint once you're done. It's a clear coat. They have a bunch of different shines, so if you want gloss, satin, matte, that is really good for protecting the paint, the color, to ensure that it will stand. It protects because it's a UV one. It'll protect from the sunlight so it doesn't fade, and it just gives all of the paint a consistent finish, where a lot of times if you're painting with different types of paints or different materials and things, the consistency and the shine will differ. Definitely remind me to water this down next time before I do this. This is not a great dye session for me, but whatever, I don't really care. I just want to do a real quick once over on some of the belts. These I think will be fine, the smaller ones, but I want to do the larger ones a second. Oh, I can't slide TikTok. Yeah, I know. I always mess up on the first time. There we go. Stupid thing. TikTok wants you to stream for a long time, but they'll only do it without, like, what, an hour long, and then it makes you do, like, the little puzzle to say, like, you're still live. Okay. Yeah, other thing I've been trying to get is a new mattress. Mine's like almost 8 years, and we went to the mattress store yesterday, and they were able to find my account from when I bought it so many years ago, and they were like, oh, it's technically under warranty because it's supposed to last 10 years. So the woman there was great. She was saying that because it's under warranty, all you have to do, because our mattress, I like really firm mattresses, but we have divots. She's like, you just have to take a picture with the ruler showing that there's a divot, and they'll give you money back. And it's like, oh, that'll be great, because I'll use it for going to my next, the next mattress I want to get. So, yeah. But that's what I've been up to. So I gotta do that today. But I think that's it for the dyeing. I'm gonna wait to see how those sit. So yeah, that needs to be sprayed outside. So we're just gonna move these so they all are dyeing on their own. This will be a room without cats for a while. All right, and then on my box. Okay, done. But yeah, burnishing will be fun because basically I use it all the time for everything but leather. And that's what this is, and basically when your leather is done, you just sit there and then you kind of polish it with it. You are supposed to seal these though, but I kind of half-ass it. So, but that, I should toss this first. We're good. We're good. Ah. Oh, da-da-da-da. But yeah, that is going to be our short stream. Because it has to sit here, and then everything else, and I got a lot of stuff to, I got a lot of filming to do, oh my gosh. I gotta decide, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 looks I gotta do for this weekend. So yeah, it'll be fun. Yee. But that's it for today, guys. Very short stream, so we'll see you with next week. What is next week? Are we the 25th? I think my deadline's the 23rd. So I think I should be able to stream next week. Busy, but it's good. It's good. So yeah, I appreciate all of y'all being on today. So yeah, just a little quick thing with Loki. It'll be what it is. I need to just finish this cosplay now, so I can film things. But yeah, thank you Archie for the remember. I appreciate that. Thank you everybody for watching. If you are new to the channel, I would appreciate the like and the subscribe to the channel. It is free here on YouTube. If you are watching either on Instagram or TikTok, whichever platform those are, I was live streaming on youtube.com/TiffanyGordonCosplay. That is where I do all of my streaming, and if you want to learn cosplay stuff, go over there. That's where all my tutorials are. So yeah, but have a wonderful weekend. I'm gonna go and edit, film real quick, with the breastplate, and then I'm gonna edit that, post that, then I'm gonna go do an errand, and then finish this. And oh, actually no, I gotta edit a video, another one. There's a lot. But anyway, have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you next time. Much love. Let's switch to